Hi everybody, and Happy New Year. It's the first video of the year, and I just wanted to do something quickly. We're trying to reorganize our shop and make things a little bit more organized at the beginning of the year. So, this week I'm just sort of taking a little bit of time off from doing the fancy videos with the fancy camera. And if you're curious, this is the camera I use here, the Canon R6. I love it with the 35mm lens. But we got some stuff coming up soon. I think we're gonna do some irregulars and other private stock stuff coming up in the next couple weeks. But I'm taking a lot of time, extra effort to get everything in the shop a little bit more organized. So today, I just want to do something really quick and show you some of the stuff that we're shipping today. Right now, I just pulled everything out onto our little workshop table. And the way it works is we have everything basically constructed. Some of the stuff is fully finished and ready to go, but the way we do it so we can ship you things right away is that we basically get everything up to the finishing point, and then today we ship all your orders after we polish everything up and clean up the edges and things like that. So we've got a bunch of people that have ordered something in the last 20 hours. Michael, Supreeth, another Michael, Ken, Scott, Harding, Brian, Kyle, John, another John, Dave, Raghu, David, Richard, Lee, Sean, James, another James, Hero, Austin, another Michael, Jason, Oren, a couple other people. If you guys check out this video, the stuff that I'm going to show you in a second here is everything that you've ordered. So let's take a look here. I want to show you what I'm talking about. So on the table, these are some of the things I've pulled that we're going to send out today. And this wallet here, there's actually two Herbies in the English tan Dublin leather that we're sending out. And this is how most of them are in our little storage bins back here. So everything that you can see on this one, we've started to work on the edges a little bit, but it doesn't look close to how it looks here. So this is roughly how it's going to look, especially on the edges. When we ship this one off, you can see the color is much different on the edge. And it's also a little bit more bright and shiny as opposed to this one that we basically just started working on. So this is our goal for today and every day, is to start to work on all the edges, and then we polish up the grain of the leather a bit. This one actually looks pretty good. Sometimes in the Dublin, all we really need to do is brush it. Same on this one too. This might just need like a little bit of extra polishing. But all the other stuff here, let's go through one by one. I got Miranda came in the shop here. It's gonna do, if you don't want anything personal broadcast all over the internet, just keep it to yourself for a minute. So I sort of sniped everybody in the shop here, not telling everybody we're going live. So here's one of our we call this the Key Buddy, but this is the keychain belt clip, also in English tan Dublin. And you'll notice that there's a lot of English tan in the bin here. Here's another one that kind of reminds me of English tan Dublin, but this is the Amaretto Shell Cordovan on the Bugs Moran. And just, when was that? Right around Christmas time, we did a private stock event with the Amaretto shell. So we've got a few of these shipping out. You can see this one has some of the Saphir Cordovan cream put onto it. Oop, so I saw a chat here. All right, sorry, I'm on my phone. Isaac says, if I bought a wallet with a machine stitch, can I get a hand stitch afterwards? Probably not. I mean, if you want to message us, you can send an email to info@ashlandleather and we could talk about it. Maybe there might be something to do, but usually we have to, it's probably a bit cost prohibitive to like remake the entire wallet. So here's another English tan Dublin piece, and I pulled that one out to compare it to the Amaretto. So if you look at the Amaretto and the English tan, they're sort of similar shades, which is why I think both of these are my favorite colors. So this is my favorite shell color in the Amaretto, and then the English tan is also my favorite non-shell color. And there's also incredible grain character on the Dublin. And this one in particular is like really, really grainy, and a lot of figuring going on in this. You can see we also haven't finished the edge on this yet. What's up, BFET? Happy New Year. All right, so here's another Bugs Moran, but this one is oriented with the different card slots. So instead of the card holders going in from the left and right. We go in from the top, and then there's also little hidden ones underneath. So it seems like a lot of people are really into the black, into the vertical bugs recently. And then we do a really nice, I really like our black and color 8 stuff right now, where we do these hand stained edges. So this wallet still needs to get edge polished, and the leather needs to be polished too. But here is a good example of what that black edge will look like once it actually has been polished up. You can see it's really, really bright and shiny. And on the black and color 8, we've been doing these for everything. And I really like the look of the hand stained edges on just about everything. I really like it, except for natural, we haven't been doing. So here's a look at the inside of this Capone. And another color 8 thing. So here's an Apple watch band. We don't have the hardware on this guy yet, but this is another color 8 shell Cordovan Apple watch band. You can see we have that same hand stained edge. So this still needs to get polished up also, but it'll give you a sense of what it looks like. And I've been wearing, this is actually M's Chrome Excel horse butt on my Apple Watch, and I really, really like it. And on the keepers, actually, if I had another hand to show you, the keeper on the left is black Chrome Excel, and the keeper on the right is black shell. So there's 3 different types of Chrome Excel on my watch band, and I super love it. Here's another one that turned out really good. So here's a Capone. This is reverse natural on top of natural shell. I don't have the hardware in there just yet, but I really like the look of these two together, especially featuring that shell ink stamp on this side. And the inside's also reverse, which I prefer for most wallet interiors. There's another natural piece. So this is an 18 millimeter lug width 2-piece strap. So this has a 2 millimeter taper to it. So the buckle side's actually 16 millimeters, where the lug side is 18. So this is going to natural shell. Sending out today. And we had a couple of these, speaking of natural. There's 2 raw natural foxes here with natural latigo on the inside. I really like the raw natural for patina. So the way that this wears in and polishes just by itself is really, really special. And it's different than, you know, the normal natural shell here. See how bright and shiny this one is? And we haven't even polished this yet. So the shell Cordovan can be made in a raw version that you see here, which is more like a matte finish. And again, I think that's special because you can make it your own a little bit more easily. Here's another raw natural piece to show you here. You'll notice that color just changes, it sort of shifts around on you. So some angles it's a little bit darker, and then other angles it's very light. And I find that super interesting. And even in like our terrible workshop lighting here, I don't have like a very fancy light setup. You can really get a good sense of the range of color. Ryan, what's up, man? Raw natural has a ton of patina potential. It's the most patina potential, I'd say. All right, here's another English tan piece, an English tan bugs. And these, for some reason, these 2 bugs have really intense grain character. Really, really nice leather here. This one's like really, really cool. And something like this little scuff here, a special thing I'll teach you about Dublin. This little scuff scratch looking guy, all that has happened there is the wax layer has been slightly abraded. That's just on the surface. So even if you took like a hair dryer and put a hair dryer on that, this would fade away very quickly. But if you've got an English tan Dublin piece that's scuffed up, you can also just sort of rub it in, maybe with a soft cloth, just to get a little bit of friction to melt the wax back into place, and it usually hides all those scratches and sort of fills them back in. All right, here's another wallet that is super popular right now. It wasn't this color combo. This is not something that we thought would be as popular as it has been over the last like 8 years or so that we've been making it. And I've always thought about sort of removing it from the offering because most everything else we do are earth tones. But there is something special about the color combination of the black on the outside with teal on the inside. So I just haven't been able to delete it from the site because people keep buying it. And I love it too. We used to do the inverse of this with the teal on the outside and the black on the inside. People didn't seem to like that as much. but we've been doing a lot of these black Dublin with teal horsehide on the inside. And here's a look at this Dublin. You can see there's a really nice character to all the Dublin leather. And this one in particular, this is on the more intense character side. Very, very beautiful. And the way that Dublin wears in is great. It's a veg tan, so it tends to age very nicely. Will mold around everything inside. And then the teal on the inside is a really nice color. I really like how the black plays alongside the teal, especially when you look at it sort of like sandwiched. And obviously these are not finished, so I've got like a little bit of dust on the edge here, so we need to still finish up the edges, polish up the leather. It gets even nicer. And it looks like this. So this is our most popular style, English tan Dublin on that Johnny the Fox. You can see incredible grain. Just the Horween leather that we choose is just so nice. I love it. Oh, Jaron, you have a black and teal. Yeah, it's a special, unique piece. So the English tan Dublin Fox, I really like. I like the combination, the black and teal, but I also like a very consistent everything. So the same color on the outside and the same on the inside. And we actually have to have leather made special for us for the inside of the Foxes because of all these layers. There's just so many layers of leather in there that we have to pick naturally thin pieces, and those tend to be horse hides. So we have the tannery make 2 special runs for us. We use a thicker piece for the outside of the wallet and then thinner horse hides on the inside that they make completely separately. So we're a total pain for them, but the result of the wallet is really, really nice. This one has been polished up on the edges, so you can see it's a little bit more bright and shiny, a little bit more filled in on these edges. But I think we still need to give this one a little bit of a polish, so it'll even be nicer than that. Had a couple more English tan pieces that we're sending out today. And by the way, thank you guys so much for supporting us. This is the Capone money clip. You can see edges have been started on this one, but we are not complete just yet. The edges on this will look more similar to the Herbie here, just to give you a sense of where it will go. So this is another one that we were having a really hard time keeping in stock just because people seem to really want this style in this color. And this one also, we don't have the clip in just yet, but these are great. I liked wearing my Capone in my back pocket, but I feel like a lot of people wear them in the front pocket. And the last one here is, to me, this is only appropriate in the front pocket. I guess you could put it in the back pocket. This is one of our only wallets that doesn't fold, one of our only non-bifolds. And this is also the English tan Dublin, and the style is called Frank the Enforcer. This is also not edge finished, so we'll get even more presentable, but I still love looking at all the grain of the Dublin. It's just so unique. And each piece, like you can see all the ones we would look through, none of these are the same. So I think that's a really special thing about a lot of these aniline finished leathers is you're never gonna get, like, for better or for worse, you're never gonna get a super consistent look. So if you're looking for a unique piece, I really like all the Horween leathers, but the Dublin in particular, I think is extra special. And then we got a couple belts that we're sending out. So what we do on belts is you'll notice the other side of the belt down here has not been cut to size. So we actually just take the length of the hide as naturally as it comes and cut the strips. You can see a whole wall of strips there. So we cut all those to the length of the hide, and then we cut them to order. So I've got a couple on the table here of natural chrome excel and English tan Dublin. Happy New Year. Who was that? Gosh, sorry, it's really hard to see the chat here. Isaiah, Happy New Year. So natural chrome excel is, I think these are our most popular belts right now. And I'm actually not sure. My suspicion is that people are trying to match their belt to their footwear. So we've got natural chrome excel here. And I think natural chrome excel is one of the more popular chrome excel colors for shoes and boots. So I could see why this one sells a lot, but I don't really know why. I mean, I love this. I don't really know why people buy so many English tan, because I don't think there's a lot of boots or shoes that are of this color, but there is really something special about the English tan when you put it up next to some denim. That looks really, really nice. So I love our belts. I find them to be terribly comfortable. We're still working on some shell belts. Let me flip the camera around. Oh, hi. We're still working on some shell belts. Basically, I would release them if we weren't busy with all the holiday stuff. So we're going to try to do some new products and things like that shell belt in this year. And I think it's going to be sort of like a group made to order kind of thing, where I'll make one variant in an option that I think is cool, and then try to pre-sell them, because belts with sizing are pretty tough. Just to make all the sizes and have things in stock, especially in the cordovan, it's really tough for us to get long pieces of shell for belts. So that's where we're at on that. And then, like I said, I'm still focusing on trying to get the shop very, very organized, trying to get some new like bins and racks and storage, things like that, just to keep ourselves as efficient as we can be. But if you guys have any questions, I'll stick around for a couple minutes here and drink some coffee with you before I gotta get to work, finishing up some stuff. But yeah, again, everybody, if your name is Michael, Supreeth, another Michael, Ken, Scott, Harding, Brian, Kyle, John, I went through all the names earlier. We just looked at your wallets and watch straps and belts. So thank you guys so much for picking stuff up. And I'm really excited for you to have them and start wearing it. It's also, I was kind of thinking about the workshop here. We have a it's not really like a store. Like we're more like a little workshop here, but we do get people walking in to say hi, and it's really great to see you guys and let you see the leather in person. So if you're in the city, reach out to us and maybe we can set up a time for you to visit and take a look at some of the stuff in person. And I was kind of thinking if I can get our act together and get the place nice and presentable, try to do like a event for people to come by and just hang out, and we'll have like a little party for everybody. And the other thing that's been on my mind recently is I noticed we hit 8,000 subscribers on YouTube, which is incredible. And I think there's like a nice round number coming up at 10,000. And I was kind of thinking to do something for 10,000. So in the past, we've done like little commemorative key fobs and things like that. So I'm going to start thinking about what to do for 10,000. Maybe you guys got some ideas there. Isaiah, hard to develop a nice patina when I keep buying new wallets. You know what, man? That's how I feel about my boots. Here, I'm wearing these today. I'm super gross and like untied right now. But I also have been wearing these brass boots from Grant Stone for the Patina Thunderdome. So I'm actually feeling you on that, because I have a bunch of boots and shoes that I really, really, really love. But with the Patina Thunderdome, you're supposed to wear them, as much as you can. And it really bums me out that I can't wear all the stuff I love. Like, for example, I've got these, what do I have here? I'll just show you. Like, I got these Vibergs down here on the bottom in the natural shell that I just want to wear them, but I have to wear these other ones, which is, it's good and bad, right? And things like the Roy boots and these indie boots and these long wings from Grant Stone. It's just like so much good. I have so much stuff that I love, and I just can't wear them all. And the other thing I want to show you, I snuck up some posters. So here's one next to my desk here. I've got all these posters. I actually have like a whole box of them that I've been sitting on for a bit. All these posters here. So if you guys want a poster, I think these are pretty cool. I actually had this hand painted. Somebody painted it. I have the painting over here too. Actually, let's pull the painting out since we're just hanging. Full Grain Podcast. We're on a little bit of a break, probably for the month. Nick has been out of town. He actually got sick, and I'm going to be out of town at the end of this month. It'll be my longest vacation I've ever taken, which I'm looking forward to. So it's kind of looking like January might be out for podcasts. So the goal would be to, I think the goal will be to sort of make a bunch of them ahead of time and then have like a nice release schedule, because it's pretty tough for Nick and I to get aligned on schedules, let alone adding like a guest. So it's pretty hard for us to do that as consistently as we want. So what we did when we launched it that was seemingly successful is that we filmed like a bunch ahead of time and recorded a bunch ahead of time. So we were able to release them like in the future. So it sort of reduced the stress on us to try to make things happen, which I like the feeling of. And right now, I don't have any episodes in the can. I don't have anything ready. And I don't want to force it. Like I did have the inclination to like try to force an episode and make something happen, but every time I've done that in other endeavors, it sort of always doesn't work. So I'd rather just like make you wait and get you something good. So here, check this out. And I see the chat. Check this out. This is the actual painting of the poster back there. And I love seeing this thing in person because like all the little, like if you can see the brush strokes in this car, for example, it's like so awesome. I really, really like this. So we had somebody capture it. I think they did some photography to grab it for that. And then we just had them printed. But I think it turned out really cool. And I love looking at like all the little brush strokes and stuff, which you don't really see as much in the print, but it's really well done. Like super nice. Anyways, let's see. Hold on. I don't want to spill my coffee on the painting. All right, chat. How do you get your hands on one of the posters? They're up on the private stock page right now if you want one. They're unframed, so they're just in little rolls, and they're 2 feet by 3 feet. So you can just grab, like I did. I bought an inexpensive frame, and it looks nice. Weston episode in February. I haven't talked to him. He was, everybody's busy, right? We reached out to him like right after the Indie Boot controversy. And he said he was interested, but to follow up with him in January. So I should probably message him to have that chat. And he's awesome, man. All the Rose Anvil stuff, the amount of attention that he's brought to the things that we like, I think is really good. So even if we might disagree from time to time, it's like very great that we have another person with such like a big mouthpiece to be able to, introduce new people to quality footwear and things like that. Uncle Berto, are you expecting another private stock soon? Looking forward to the first Ashland. I don't know if there's Herbies in it. I think we have some stuff coming in marbled black in the next couple weeks. Not like a huge, a bunch of unique one-off stuff that we mostly try to do for private stock. We're gonna do like a smaller batch of the marbled black shell in the same way that we just did with the amaretto. And the marbled stuff is really hard because each piece is very different. So I might have to do like individual photos of everything. So that might make it take a little longer also. But marbled black is really neat. And I think we have those coming soon. Burnished edges versus painted edges. So we do something that's in between what you're describing, Frank. Frank says pros and cons of each. So for burnished edges, I like the natural look of it, and I like how it wears in a little bit better than like an actual straight up paint that has solids in it. And what you'll see on a lot of leather goods that have like a full finish over the edge is that they start to chip and flake and come apart pretty quickly. And that's because that paint is hard, and once it's flexed, it can't take as much flexing as a stain that has no solids on it. So we default to a waxed and burnished edge, or we've been doing recently on the Black and Color 8 stuff that I love. We do something we call a hand stained edge. So we have a color that we've matched of stain that matches the shell perfectly. So we will do both. We'll stain the edge with that same exact matching color that's on the surface of the leather, and then we wax and burnish it also. So I find those to be the most compelling. I think that's the best looking stuff. But yeah, that's a good question. I'd say the pros of the painted edge is it's like really clean. It looks really clean. And I like the look of it. I just don't like how it wears in. And it's good for other people to do. But for our brand, like we want something that's gonna last and get better and not sort of diminish as you use it. All right, so here, thanks for coming to the impromptu live stream. I'd like to try to do this maybe every day, maybe not this long every day, but I think it's a really fun idea for me to show everybody their wallet like as soon as they order it and then we ship it. I think that's like a fun thing to do. And I say that thinking about the other things I could do with my time. So if I can figure out a way to do it quickly, like on the phone here, and not do like a big full presentation with the camera and editing and worrying about the audio and stuff, I think I'll just try to do something quickly and show you guys the stuff that we're shipping, even if it's not completely done like we did today. I'll show you the stuff as I pull it out each morning when I can. But anyways, hey Guillermo, thanks for picking up a poster, man. I hope you like it. I have a few of them because I like it too. Obviously you saw the two here and the original. I have to get the original framed. But I have a couple at home also. It's a little dorky. All right, guys, I'm going to take off. I appreciate you chatting with me this morning. Everybody that's picked up something, including Guillermo that picked up a poster. Thank you very much, guys. Appreciate your support. And it helps us keep doing new stuff. So I think that's worth repeating. And I tried to say it frequently is we're not here. We don't get to do these fun creative things with leather or use all sorts of new leathers if you guys aren't supporting it. So we've been getting great support from you, and it's helping us to keep trying new stuff and keep developing new things with the tannery. And I think it's just making us better and better. So I appreciate you guys very much supporting us. I appreciate you, Notaku. Oh yeah. All hail the mighty wallet. Yeah, it's a Tony on there. Happy New Year's, guys. I hope you have a great year and take care. I'll talk to you later. All right, see ya.